Yo, what up? It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV. But before we get into this, let's jump into this.
You're now watching Compton Rick Rock TV.
Yeah, we had to double back on this one, man. It's Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV. And we're going to do a reaction on Cartoon 53, which is one of my favorite YouTubers that, you know, got the stories going. So anyway, I did a live this morning about Dubs. Dubs did a show on Is Black Scared of Mexicans, something like that, in prison, on the federal prison. Some inmate dude from TikTok, he did a video and it's causing an uproar. But anyway, in my live, you know, we were just going, I was commentating with interacting with the comic session, and we was going on one and we was having a little fun about it, but I was explaining my side of the story, my perspective, what I deal with when I was in prison. And you know, other people have their own experiences with, you know, wherever they go in life, and they tell their experiences, and sometimes we don't agree with them. So anyway, on this one, Cartoon 53, this is my first time even looking at this reaction. I just happened to see him do it, so we're gonna go with it together, go through it together, and get his perspective on what he done. He's an older guy. He been doing time for a long time. I don't know if he did federal time. I'm pretty sure he done it, state and federal. I believe I heard him speak on that in the past. Well, let's get Cartoon 53 opinion and see what he got to say about this topic. Let's get into it.
What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 53. Back again, man. Back again. Oh, man, listen, on this one right here, gotta respond, man. Gotta respond. Y'all not gonna let me not respond. Y'all not gonna let me not respond. My Instagram, my DM, my phone, my everything, off the chain. Toon, did you hear? Toon, did you see? Toon, did you hear? He mentioned your name. Toon, I'm like, what? They speaking on the video the Mexican guy Dubs made with the guy that said the black guy that said he did 20 years in the feds, and he spoke on how he felt things were going between blacks and Mexicans in the feds. Those were his thoughts. Those are his thoughts. If you didn't see it, all right, here is what the black guy said right here. This is what he said right here.
Some of the homie had a deep conversation. I said, man, only people that go against each other is the black gangs. Now, I can't speak what's going on the streets at the location, even in the joint. We already had problem with each other. We are afraid of Latino and Mexican gangs. We can say we want. There's gonna be some dudes on here that will argue all day long with me. But I was in the joint. I did almost 20 years.
Okay, that's what he said. I made a video a few months ago speaking on relations with, I don't know, no, matter of fact, I can't call it relations, on basically how I felt things was going in the prison system between blacks and Mexicans before I got out. Caught a lot of flack behind it. But yeah, I made that video. But listen, not finna go into that. If that's how that brother felt, that's what he experienced. That's what he experienced. What I experienced is what I experienced. The flack I caught was basically not because, if y'all see that video, which you probably won't because I took it down, but the things I was saying, how to put it, it didn't rub people the wrong way because I was lying. It rubbed people the wrong way because they didn't want our dirty laundry exposed. That's what that was about. But anyway, but now, of course, if other races are not exposing their dirty laundry.
For y'all that don't know what dirty laundry is a term basically putting our business online, making us look some type of way online. Nobody else do it. And if that's what he experienced, basically what this brother is saying right here, you could have kept that to yourself. You know, you putting that out in the world, trying to make your people look bad. We don't know if you're using it for clickbait. We don't know if you're using it to get views. We don't know. But anyway, for y'all that don't know what dirty laundry mean, is basically putting the business out there to make us look some type of way. Let's get back into it.
Then far be it for me or for any other black to expose our dirty laundry. You know what I'm saying? No matter what's going on behind the scenes, if the Mexicans, them white boys, them Asians, and whatever else, if they ain't telling on themselves and letting people see they shortcomings, then far be it for us to jump out there and let people see our shortcomings or speak on our shortcomings too. It ain't a thing about if it's true or false. It ain't that. It's just that, no, they hide theirs, so Bobby, we hide ours too, you know? But now, moving right along to other things. Man, listen. A lot of people gonna get on Dub's head about that video. A lot of people are getting on his head about it. And like he said, he said a lot of people are going to get mad at him behind what the black man was saying. If y'all didn't hear, here, I'll show it to you. I'll show you what Dub said at the beginning. Here, y'all check this out.
And he's going to give his point of view on dealing with Mexicans while incarcerated. I feel this is very interesting. And I'm sure people will be mad at me for what he said.
Dubs is pretty smart. He's pretty smart. He's a podcaster. This is what he does. And just like everybody else do the same thing. We all get on here and do the same thing, right? Dubs know, just like this dude right here. What's his name? Accidental investor, Vector, whatever his name is on TikTok, doing the same thing. He knows it's going to cause a reaction. Dubs know that this is going to cause a reaction. Dub did his job by finding this clip, putting it up because he knew that this was going to cause a uproar. And, you know, and when you do this right here, podcast or anything, and this, it's kind of genius because you getting your name out there, whether it's good, whether it's bad. At this point, this dude have become a podcaster. Is we taking it personal? No, we not taking it personal. It's just up for debate right now. It's conversation. And yeah, everybody going to have a point of view about it. I believe Hoodie from the Hood did his reaction on it in his content. But at the same time, this right here, this type of content right here can cause a chain of reaction. People that don't think, that don't use their head will take this and get on here and say the wrong thing. So it's just it's a dude's opinion. Well, it's a dude's reality, what his lifestyle, what he lived. And it's another dude's opinion on this video. But you guys got to be very careful and pay attention to what you listen to. Because if you take it the wrong way, the wrong person get this kind of information, and just like that, something crazy can happen. Do that mean that people are scared? Nah, nobody is scared. It all goes back to respect. Not just for black and brown, black on black in general. This the kind of content that's going on after all the peace talk been talked with brothers. Now look what's coming out. Dubs then found him some content to throw everybody off what's been going on in South Central Los Angeles, Compton, all these other places. So just pay attention to what's going on. Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV, Cartoon 5-3. Let's get back to the content.
Okay, now y'all seen it. He said a lot of people are going to get mad at him because of what the brother said. All right, now look, all that smoke and mirrors. All that smoke and mirrors, y'all. I'm finna pull the wool off of everyone's eyes. This is the thing. Now, right now, I'm speaking directly to you, Dubs. I know somebody gonna send it to you and show it to you. You real smooth with your words. You real political on how you speak. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. Now, for people with lesser intelligence than most, your smoothness, your suaveness, and the way you put your words together, it will blow a smoke screen in front of a lot of people's face. But for those who are woke, for those who know how to use their third eye, they see through it, Dubs. They see through it. Now, I'm not attacking you. Far be it for that. No, but I am good. Let you know what the deal is. A lot of us see through it, homie. Me personally, I don't have a problem with you, but we gonna call a ball and a strike. I know as well as you know, and as well as a lot of other people know, you do have, or you did, either it's do or did have a problem with blacks. Whether it was.
See, I didn't know this. I just got put on to Dub. Somebody put me on to this. They say, Rock, check this out. I've never really checked out his commentary. I never checked out his channel. I might have passed through it, but I never sat down and really paid attention to it. You know what I'm saying? And like we said, we're not attacking Dubs. We're not attacking him at all. But at the same time, it's a conversation piece. It's up in the air. Everybody had their opinion, and everybody going to address their issue with this matter. Now, I didn't know Dub had a problem with blacks, because if he did, then that's the motive behind the video, as well as clout. And like Charleston White say, everybody's chasing clout. Everybody's doing the same thing on YouTube. So just like Dubs is playing this part, everybody else is feeding off the original person from TikTok, the dude that did time in the feds. Everybody is going off his content. So let's keep the ball rolling and let's see where it go. And let's listen to a Cartoon, because he just broke down a very important piece about Dubs. So is it content with Dubs, or is it personal?
Solely in prison, or whether it was in prison and on the streets, which I doubt it was on the streets, because you came up in an environment that was 99.9% Hispanic. You didn't have to deal with blacks on the streets. I don't think so. Could be wrong. But so a lot of whatever was built in your heart and in your head toward blacks came from your experiences in prison. But now check this out. In your defense, because the same thing has been coming at me. It's came at me in the past. You know what I'm saying? For instance, people know on this internet, I can't stand American Cholo. Period. Never have and never will.
See? Now you see how he just put it out there. He didn't say he didn't like Mexicans or anything. Dub didn't say he didn't like blacks either, right? But he said he doesn't like American Cholo. Now, I have seen a couple of clips on American Cholo. I believe that's the one that Spider Loc was on this show, and they had their little debates and whatever they had going on. So he's playing out, letting people know, I don't like this dude. I don't like him. I never have. I never will. Something to that effect. I believe that's what he said. He letting them know straight out. So he's not hiding how he feel about that certain individual. Let's get to the content.
Come here. But one time on his show years ago, during that Tiger or whatever that little rapping boy name is incident, he was talking to somebody, and he said something. He said he had a partner. He said he had a partner, man, that came home from prison and had a real bad, nasty taste, disdain in his mouth toward blacks. And it was based on what he had went through in prison. It was based on the ideologies that he learned in prison. You know, the indoctrination and the stuff that was pumped into him, and whatever he went through in prison made him bitter toward blacks. And he came home with that same type attitude. can understand that. I can understand that. I can understand that. Look, we gonna be straight transparent here. We gonna call a ball, strike a strike. Man, you know what I'm saying? People gonna have to learn how to stop being so sensitive, because if you continue to be so sensitive, ain't nobody finna give y'all the truth, man. Ain't nobody finna feed y'all the truth. Because when you get the truth and the truth rub you the wrong way, you want to start whining and crying, pointing fingers. Yeah. Man, bump all that. Man, nobody caring about that. Nobody got time for that mess. Here go the truth. You drink it. If it make you vomit, so what? Vomit then. You know what I'm saying? That go with everybody. I can understand what his homeboy felt when he got out of prison. Because when I left California prison, I felt the same way. I had the same bad taste in my mouth toward Mexicans. And it was based on what I had went through while I was doing time in prison. I didn't have a lot of run-ins with other blacks. I had some like in the lower levels, but no, not a lot. All my problems when I was doing time in prison was with Mexicans. Now, don't take this as no disrespect. I'm just telling y'all how it was then, how it would happen. So yeah, you learn because of what you've been through, because of what you went through. You learn a certain mentality toward people. If you sit in prison 10, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, fight with these group of same people, you learn that builds up hatred in your heart. That builds up dislike in your heart. That builds up a whole lot of stuff in your heart and in your mind, in your soul, in your spirit. And depending on how much of a warrior you are, that's going to dictate how stringently and how strong you take to that hate. And that's the same thing with you, Dubs. Now, you sugarcoat it nicely. I commend you on that one. And I'm not going to front because I sugarcoat it nicely too. You know, you real political with your words. But for those who was behind them walls like you and me, we see it, man. You know it and I know it. Let's be real with each other. You had certain type feelings and thoughts in your mind toward blacks. Because you're taught when you hit the system, we are the enemy. The same way we taught when we hit the system that y'all are the enemy. And it rings true because when the riot kick off, who is it? Blacks and Mexicans. When stabbings take place, who is it? Blacks and Mexicans. When fist fights take place, who is it? Blacks and Mexicans. You know, with a sprinkling of the woods. As Gunner would say, you know. But yeah, man. So you learn how to have certain type stuff inside of you that it takes you coming out to these streets, being out here, being a productive citizen, rubbing elbows with the other races before you start learning. Hey, man, you know what? Man, the people ain't that bad. You know, they ain't nothing. But still in all, like on your videos, this is what you're doing and people see it, homie. Instead of you just coming right out and saying, yeah, man, you blacks, y'all was scared of us. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to go back 3 years. In your videos, 3 years, you would slip like that. Yeah. I can't remember the video, but it was a couple that I seen when I first got up on you and like, what? You know what I'm saying? You know, and you probably can remember the video I'm talking about because you laughed about it when you made a little statement. You like, yeah, big old tough guys. You let a little bitty 5'4" Mexican chase you with a knife. That was on one of your videos about 3 years ago. But you took pride in that. And you do take pride in that, knowing that or feeling that your people.
See, so it's starting to come out. It's starting to come out. Maybe Dubs is not doing this in the, how should I say, in the words of content. Maybe something happened to Dubs in the pen. Maybe Dubs has some interactions with some blacks in the pen. And maybe that's where he comes up with these theories and stories and content that he finds. See, I'm just finding out this. I've never seen that video. Maybe we need to go to his channel and find that video and see if he does have a problem. Because content like this, good press or bad press, is all good press, right? For him to find this, I seen another guy said that he sent Dubs this, and he said this is the kind of content that you react to. It was another Hispanic guy. And for him to send Dubs that content lets me know that even your people is aware of what you is about, and they know how you get down towards blacks. Now, we don't know what happened to you in the pen, but whatever happened to you in the pen, you bringing it to the YouTube world and you stirring up conflict. You finding it. Now, yes, the brother did bring it up, which he put it on the internet. So now it became an internet piece for conversation. So yeah, we're gonna put the blame on the brother that's on TikTok that put it out there, because if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have had nothing to go off of with this issue. But it seems like prior to this, according to Cartoon, he's seen videos with you stating big guy let a little Hispanic guy chase you with a knife. So this seemed like it's deeper, Dubs. I was gonna make some jokes about it like I did on my live earlier clowning, but right now it's starting to seem like this is not funny. It seemed like you are trying to stir up conflict, even though that you on the internet making your money off of it, creating content off of it. You're not looking at the guys that's younger than you. You are 50 years old. You're not looking at the guys that might be in prison with a cell phone, or a black inmate with a cell phone, and they on YouTube in they cell and they watching this and they feel some type of way and they come out they cell and get it cracking because they don't have nothing else to do in there besides what? Doing drugs. And if you have drugs, your mind is really gone to where you really not thinking and don't care. A lot of them guys in jail for using heavy drugs and don't understand and know how they got up in there when they woke up the next day. So you got to be careful, Dubs, of what you putting in the universe once you jump on this camera, because you might be doing it for money, but the people that you're talking to, they might be out for blood if they take what you're saying as face value. Let's get back to
it. Chased blacks or won a riot or something like that. I mean, it is what it is. And see, what people see and get mad at you about, Dubs, is the fact that you are smart. You're smart enough not to just come out your mouth no more. You don't do it no more. You're smart enough not to just come out your mouth, verbally, directly attack. No. You're not going to do that. You know that would mess with your channel. That would mess with your money. That would mess with a whole lot of stuff that might be going on with you in this social media world. So you don't do that. But what you do is lay in the cut like a trapdoor spider and wait for somebody, whether they be black or whatever, to say something that validates the points that you've been trying to make about us over the years. That's what you do. Now, I ain't mad at you for it, because that's called strategy. That's called you using what you got. You using what you got. If a black person is stupid enough to get on this social media and air out their dirty laundry, which my big stupid butt did once before. If blacks are stupid enough to get on here and say stuff that makes the Mexicans look like they're stronger or smarter or more organized than blacks are, hey, you ain't doing it but laying in the cut for one of us to do it, and then you grabbing it and you putting it out like, hey, look, like you said, look, don't be mad at me. I didn't say it. They said it. They talking about their own people, not me, not poor little me. I'm just commenting on it. I'm just reacting to it, y'all. These are not my words. They may not be your words, Dub, but they your feelings, though, homie. They your feelings.
One thing for sure, I did 14 years in the pen. Cartoon did a whole lot of time in the pen. And one thing you can't fool is an inmate, an ex-con, or a convict. You can't fool us. We see right through it. Everybody else, you probably could fool them, but you can't fool nobody that didn't walk them yards. We know the tricks. We know the play. And we also know the Willie Lynch theory. Turn us against each other. By you doing this, what is it doing? It's making us get at the dude on TikTok that put the video out. Even though he did it to himself, you pouring gas on the fire.
I'm not mad at you, though. I'm not. You know why? Because me and you are a mirror. We are a mirror. You know what I'm saying? When you look in the mirror, you see you. When I look in the mirror, when you look in the mirror, you see me. When I look in the mirror, I see you, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. And the cold part about it, it's not so much, man, that this is what we was born and raised to be, or this is what we were born and raised to feel. This is what we were taught, man. You were taught what you were taught. I was taught what I was taught, man. You know what I'm saying? We going up in them YAs and them jailhouses, man, at a young age. Brains ain't fully developed. 14, 15, 16, 17, on up into our 20s. Man, our brains are still sponges. So whatever our people put into us, whatever we see, whatever we feel, whatever we hear, whatever we experience, that is what shapes and molds us. So from your teen years to your mid 20 years, whatever has shaped and molded you, whatever you have become, it's hard to get rid of that person, man. It's hard to get rid of that person, especially when you go on up into your late 20s, 30s, 40s, and you still being indoctrinated with that type of foolishness, and you still going through whatever political shenanigans that they got going on in prison. Man, that stuff becomes embedded in you, homie. And it take an act of Congress to get it out. That's why I know why you are how you are. But like I said, I ain't just pointing no finger at you, because you can turn around and say, Tune, that's why I know you are how you are. I ain't mad at it, homie. Like I say, it ain't no attack, it ain't no disrespect. Because believe it or not, you're one of my favorite Hispanic YouTubers. I like to get down. I can say that because I know where you're coming from, man. I know where you're coming from with it. You know, I know where you're coming from with it. But now, one thing I do know.
You one of his favorite Hispanic YouTubers. I'm going to have to go check Dub's channel out more and, check his style out, check his swag out, see what his channel was about. I don't want to have no ill feelings toward Dubs behind a reaction that he's doing on the internet. So I'm definitely going to check out his channel. This is how you know that this is not personal. Cartoons gave him his props. So evidently he must be doing something good over there, because this is one of my favorite storytellers on the internet. He got the bomb stories, y'all. My followers, go over there to Cartoon, and I'm gonna put his page in the description. Y'all go check him out. Good stories. You want to know some good stories? He has them. So for him to say that, he look at Dub's channel as some good content. One of his favorite Hispanic YouTubers. That's big. So he must be doing something good. So we're not going to judge him over at Compton Rick Rock TV. I advise some of y'all, go check him out too. Let's see what he about. Let's check him out. But as far as the video that he put up, like I say, it was a reaction to somebody that did it, but exactly Dubs knew what he was doing. And like I say, we all can see through it, and we don't know your intentions. So maybe he'll make a video and I think he did make a video. I think he did. Somebody sent me a video, but I didn't really get into it. A part 2 to what he said, because that video was booming on his channel. It's booming. It's going up. Y'all go over there to his channel and check out the full video. Let's get back into this though.
A lot of the stuff we speak on, man, was stuff that happened years and years and years ago. The California prison system is changing so fast, so vastly fast. And the reason why it's changing is because of the demographics of what's going on in the streets of Southern California. A lot of stuff look, let me show you something, homie. Like like the little essay they got, handled. I forget his name, the Suede cat. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of Mexicans that are going in prison now with his type mentality. Every black gang on the streets of Los Angeles has an abundance of Mexicans from they turf now. And the reason being because, of course, Southern California is predominantly Hispanic now. But y'all know we still there. We still there, man. We dug in like ticks. We might not be as deep as what we used to be, but we there, homie. We there because we had it first.
And we not as deep as we used to be is because we can't get along. We constantly going at each other. We constantly taking each other out the game. We constantly knocking each other down. If it wasn't for this gang banging, we'd be, if not deepest, the deepest, because we was already here. So if it wasn't for this gang banging stuff, us knocking each other down and continue to take each other out, that's why we short. You don't see them out there beefing like that. You don't see them doing a whole lot of busting on each other. They not doing that. You see them at the workplace. You see them sticking together, which I commend them on that. I wish we could do that. You know what I'm saying? Give them props what props is due. They stick together. They help each other. They they like I say, they stick together. There's nothing else to say about it. They stick together. If we can do that, we'll be as not the deepest and the strongest. Let that sink in.
Of course, I knew where California belonged to first, but I'm saying as far as the streets of South Central and stuff like that, we were the dominant group first, and then y'all came. But so we ain't going nowhere. But relations between blacks and Mexicans in a lot of areas in LA are way better than what they probably used to be. The majority, if you go back to the 70s and the 80s, the majority of Mexicans that was going to prison then was coming from like East LA, like where the Valley, you know what I'm saying, Whittier, all that's all out that way, where they were coming to prison from predominantly Hispanic neighborhoods, areas. Weren't a lot of blacks. So of course, when they went to prison, they already had a certain mind frame about blacks. And then, of course, back then in the county jail, we were the dominant race. You feel me? So now it's like you said once before, Dubs, when you grow up as a little child, seeing your moms, your pops, grandparents, whatever, older Hispanic people getting robbed for their little candy trucks or whatever little things they be pushing with the ice cream and all that old stuff. Yeah, they used to get robbed a lot back in the day. In the 70s, yeah, they were victims. Yeah, they was getting robbed. And y'all as little kids growing up seeing that, okay, like you said this before. You grew up with a certain type of hate already in you from what you've seen, So like I said, nowadays, you have a lot of Hispanics going to prison that from the same areas we are from. You know what I'm saying? South Central, Compton, Watts, whatever. From the same areas that we once dominated, now you have a lot of Mexicans that are going to prison from those same areas. But the thing is, the Mexicans that are going to prison from those same areas, like this with blacks, they grow up hand in hand with blacks now. You're not dealing with Mexicans that grew up with nothing but Mexicans no more. You dealing with Mexicans that grew up hand in hand with blacks. Nowadays, use the same words, the N-word, dress the same, haircut, they braids, fades, all that. The whole lingo, the whole skilo, the whole...
You're right about that. A lot of blacks and Hispanics, the younger generation, they are growing up with each together. They are hanging out together. Because I remember when I was coming up, the essays used to wear their pants up here. They used to have the hair net on with their hair slicked back. You know, the Ben Davis, they used to dress different, and they didn't say the N-word. They did not say the N-word at all. So now, in today's time, they growing up with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's not like how it used to be. I haven't even seen a lot of black and Hispanic violence like we used to back in the days. Things are changing. And that's why when you get on this internet, I don't care what it is, if it's another gang, black gang, or whatever, stuff like this, we got to be responsible and be careful what we put on this internet. Because some people's minds, everybody don't got the same common sense. Some people will take what you said the wrong way, and just like that, it could start up a whole uproar. Not just on black and Hispanics, on other gangs, on just people in general. Got to be responsible and be careful what you say on this internet.
The whole style has been usurped. And I'm gonna say, yeah, your people stole that style, but they ran with it. They cool with it. And so now blacks and Mexicans, like I say, in Southern California, in certain areas, they coming up like this together. They don't know nothing about disliking blacks because they haven't been around them. They don't know nothing about disliking blacks because something been done to them by blacks. No, these Mexicans now, like I say, they growing up hand in hand with blacks. They Crips and they Bloods. And they going into the prison system. Now, when I was in prison, Mexican couldn't come in from a black gang. It was on. Black couldn't come in from a Mexican gang. It was on. Whereas now, they can go in there now. You got all these S and Y yards and all this old stuff. All that's going back. All that, like a lot of people not seeing that. That type of stuff is coming about because the Mexicans that are coming into the prison system now, they don't want to be told what to do by the old guard, the bald head, big mustache having Mexicans. They don't want to be told with them with the pants up to here no more. They not with that. They are not with that. The Mexicans that have been stuck in prison for the last umpteen years, they still with that. And they don't like the new style of Mexican.
I'm laughing because I seen it. I seen the big mustaches. I seen the pants way up here. And when you seen them guys, you knew that was the real deal. Don't get it twisted. Let's not get this misconstrued, right? Blacks not scared of Mexicans. Mexicans not scared of blacks. When I was in the penitentiary, like I say, it was a respect thing. If disrespect occurred, then there was conflict. 9 times out of 10, it don't even be over disrespect. It be over drug deal. And sometimes the essays will say, hey, man, your people owe us some money, man, you know. And it'll be vice versa. Hey, your people owe us some money. Now, I see the two things that's going to happen. They're going to clean it up. They're going to take care of the debt. Or they're going to tell him go get cracking. Vice versa. That's how I go. That's just how I go, man. So I laugh because I seen that when I was locked up. This we talking over 20 years ago. When I was incarcerated, I seen that, the big brochure. That's what they call him, the big mustache, the bald head, the pants up. And you knew that was the real deal. I had some homies up in there. I had some Mexican homies up in there. I had some issues up in there as well with Hispanics. But for the most part, I worked in the kitchen with them, PIA with them. And, you know, it was cool, man. Sometimes, you know, and you do a little transaction here and there. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. Let's get back to this, though.
Mexicans that are coming into prison. They don't like how they walk. They don't like how they talk. They don't like how they act. They don't like nothing about it because it reminds them too much of us. They see where they're losing the old way of life. And I tell y'all all the time, man, the only thing that will ever remain the same is change. Change will always come. And that's the change coming to the Hispanic community. So, you know, whatever the old guard of Mexicans got to hold on to in the prison system, they better hold on tight. Because they lifestyle and they way of doing it, it's leaving. It's leaving. It's leaving. Pretty soon, there won't be no such thing as S and Y yards and all that no more. Why? Because everybody gonna be the same up in there, man. Everybody will be the same. I'm not saying it's gonna happen this year, next year, or the near, but things are changing and they gonna continue to change. The old guard of Mexicans in there are slowly but surely every day being outnumbered by the new breed of Mexicans that are coming in. And they not with that foolishness, man, that the old guard of Mexicans had going on. They ain't with that no more, man. They don't want to hear that mess. They don't want to be told what to do no more. They don't want to pay y'all no money no more. They want to rap. You know what I'm saying? They want to kick it. You know what I'm saying? They want to be cool. They want to do their thing. They tired of having all them rules and regulations put on top of their head. But now, I can understand where you're coming from. Like I said, I can understand where you're coming from, man. It took me getting out of prison and learning, you know what I'm saying? Learning to let all, you know what I'm saying, all the hate go out of me. Man, get out of me, man. It ain't like that no more. Because like I say, when I go back to LA, when I go back to my turf, to my set, it's blacks and Mexicans everywhere. Blacks and Mexicans everywhere. Of course, like I say, you got Playboy, you got Eastside Playboys right there, Mexican gang. Got the Five Trey Avalons right there, black gang. They coming up hand in hand. Now, I you know, all of it, that's kind of new to me because, like I say, when I was a youngster on the street, weren't no Mexicans over there. It might have been about 5 Mexicans in my set. Period. You know what I'm saying? you might find 5. Whereas nowadays, so, you know, this new stuff that's going on is new to me, but it's all good, though. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? When I be out there, you know what I'm saying? I see the Playboy. Hey, what's up, homie? You know, I talk to him and all that. Then, you know, they see the homies, you know, boom. It's the, you know, ain't no beef, ain't no drama, ain't no war. It ain't nothing, man. 2 groups of people, 2 races of people getting along like it ain't no thing, you know? So look, man, something popped up on my phone that kind of threw me off. So with me getting out and seeing all that and being around that, you know what I'm saying, I learned. I say, man, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, man. It's all good, man. I got a gang of SA partners, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, believe it or not, my crime partner on my last case was my homeboy No Good, Mexican, born in Mexico. You know? Love him to death. But yeah, man, people been pushing me to react, so you know I'm reacting. But yeah, back to you, Dubs. I understand, man. You know what I'm saying? You just being an opportunist. When blacks get on here and air the dirty laundry about us out, you capitalizing on the opportunity to react on it, to showcase it. I'm just reacting to let you know we see it, you know what I'm saying? And I see it and know for what it is. But like I say, you know, your experiences are your experiences, man, you know what I'm saying? The person you are today, I feel you're a lot different from what you were when you were in prison or when you first got out. A lot of stuff that, you know, that you might have learned and built up inside of you, I don't think it's like that with you no more, man. Because it's not like that with me no more. But do we still have certain little pockets of things in our heart and in our mind from back then? Yeah, you know, yeah. It take time to get it all out. You working on it just like I'm working on it. But, you know, I'm just letting you know, even though you reacted to just certain things, people see it. People see it, homie. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, man. It ain't no thing, no. Life is gonna be life. Time is gonna be time. People are gonna be people, homie. You know, people are going to be people. Those who like each other, like each other. Those who don't like each other, they don't like each other. It is what it is. It was what it was. And it's going to be what it's going to be. Or see, you know? So, boom. Can't nobody tell you not to do your reactions. Can't nobody tell you what not to speak on. Especially coming from our section. What we need to start doing is learning what to speak on and what not to speak on when it comes to our race. You know what I'm saying? If we give you ammunition to shoot at us with, we can't be mad when you shoot at us. So what we got to learn how to do is and not give you ammunition. Hey man, that's all I gotta say, man. No disrespect to nobody. I hope I ain't stepped on nobody's toes. Hope I haven't offended anyone. It's me, man, your partner Cartoon. Tell the people you love them, homie. And always remember, man, I represent the gangsters, homie. The Avalon gangsters. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, that was Cartoon 53. He's good with the stories. You guys go check him out. And like he say, hopefully nobody is offended. Yeah, we got to be careful and responsible what we put on this internet and pay attention to what we put on this internet. I would love to see everybody get it together, come together, in all walks of life, man. It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV. Shout out Cartoon, as well as Dubs. Hoodie from the Hood. I seen him speak on this topic. And yeah, man, I'm about to get up out of here. Just had to do another reaction to it. I seen the big homie do it, so I did my reaction off of his. Shout out Cartoon. Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV, and we gone.